Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Road Nomad, episode number 1. Here at Road Nomad, we'd like to share with you our tales from the road. And today, we're going to begin with one of America's most scenic routes, the Pacific Coast Highway, which runs all along the West Coast. We're going to drive specifically from Los Angeles, California, all the way to San Francisco, which is one of the most picturesque sections of this route. And you say road nomads, where we're not really nomads yet. We still live in a house here in Miami, in the US. But it is our dream in life to do just that, to roam the back roads of this country and hopefully other countries as well. Without further preamble, we have a plane to catch all the way to LA. I hope you enjoy the show. At the Miami airport, we get reminded one more time why we like to travel on the road. Our flight is delayed several times over the course of the night as we end up roaming a deserted concourse. Finally, we depart nearly 7 hours late. To Delta's credit, they did reopen the Starbucks and got us free coffee and snacks, but still, there is no excuse. And as you'll find out, they screw it up later again. We are finally airborne, and by the crack of dawn, we are landing in LAX, Los Angeles International Airport. We were supposed to be here by 10 p.m. or so last night, so we've lost our first night at the hotel. Hello everybody and welcome to Southern California, Los Angeles. We are driving on the 405, which is a very important freeway like they call it here. And we're driving from the airport in LAX to our hotel in Hollywood. Our next exit is Santa Monica Boulevard. We decided to make the most of it and enjoy the scenic route through Santa Monica Boulevard at sunrise. Passing by Century City, formerly the backlot of 20th Century Fox Studios. We also passed by the famous Beverly Hills. We make a left onto Fairfax Avenue with a great view of the famous Mount Olympus, which is populated by many celebrities. Then we turn right onto Hollywood Boulevard. After a quick stop at our hotel, we decide to have breakfast at a superb Argentine deli cafe of Cahuenga Boulevard called Solar de Cahuenga. That gives us enough energy to hike the Hollywood Hills. Our goal, to reach the summit of Cahuenga Peak, home of the Hollywood sign. We drive the sinuous streets of the Hollywood Hills, admiring the luxurious homes. Eventually, we find North Beachwood Drive, which ends at the Hollywood Ranch, the beginning of our coveted trail to the Hollywood sign. The sign originally used to read Hollywoodland, and amazingly enough, is not all that visible from most of LA. But here's the Capitol building. We've all seen the sign in the movies, so we've gotta go there. So we begin the long and strenuous ascent to Los Angeles' quintessential landmark, the Hollywood sign. The hike turns out to be a little more than we've bargained for, but in the end, it is worth the exercise. From the trail, we can see the Griffith Observatory, which we will visit later. We are also treated to commanding views of LA and the San Fernando Valley on the other side. We finally make it to the top. From above, we enjoy a hazy view of Los Angeles, including the Hollywood Reservoir. And down we go again. Once we've descended the hill, we take a stroll on Hollywood Boulevard and the famous Walk of Fame. This famous landmark is so commercialized and overly touristy that I find it annoying and almost not worth visiting. Well, maybe just once, just to say we were there. There are people soliciting every step of the way, especially for tours of the homes of the movie stars, to take pictures with actors dressed in costumes. In my opinion, this detracts from the enjoyment of the place.
Take a picture with me.
There's some kind of event happening in front of the GRAUMAN'S Chinese theater, so we'll have to revisit this venue. Moving on, here's the Dolby Theater, formerly the Kodak Theater, and for a while mockingly called the Chapter 11 Theater because of the ill-fated Kodak. We explored the adjacent mall called HIGHLAND Center. It's one of the best places to see the Hollywood sign besides hiking the hill. Yes, and we were up there a few minutes ago. We continue walking now in the opposite direction, going east. On the corner of Vine, there is a special monument commemorating the Apollo 11 moon mission. And from that same corner we can see the iconic Capitol building. The design of the building represents a stack of records on a turntable. Stars honoring the Beatles are visible in front of the building.
George Harrison.
Back to our modest yet centrally located Motel 6 for a most needed nap. Remember, we didn't really sleep much last night. Hi, after we visited the Hollywood sign and some of the Hollywood Boulevard, now we're gonna take a stroll around downtown LA. So we are kind of stuck in traffic here on this freeway, the 101 going south. So we're gonna show you a little bit of downtown. We park our car, which I have named the California Cruiser. I mean, look at the size of that thing. I reserved a medium, not a full size, but at least it's comfy. We decided to walk around a little bit around this area. This is the Los Angeles Music Center and the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion, where they used to hold the Academy Awards in the past. This older building is Los Angeles City Hall.
Angel Supreme Court.
Angel Supreme Court. Yeah, I really meant to say Los Angeles. A little further down is the Walt Disney Concert Hall. With its unique architecture, it is also part of this music center complex. Besides its phenomenal architecture, it's supposed to have superb acoustics. We drive around downtown a little more. We cruise along Broadway Street, one of the city's oldest and most important streets, nowadays a little rundown. We continue on Broadway until we reach the Dragon Gate to Chinatown. On a previous trip, we visited this area in a lot more detail. Olvera Street and Union Station are also nearby and definitely worth a visit. There are links to those in the show notes. Okay, it's time to go on. At night, we visit the GRIFFITH Observatory, where they are holding a stargazing event. We get another commanding view of Los Angeles. They even opened up the big scope for us. In the morning, we pay another quick visit to the Hollywood Boulevard area, and we finally get to see the footprints and handprints in front of the GRAUMAN'S Chinese theater, imprinted on the concrete for posterity. Some recent, some dating back to the silent movies era. Moving along, we have breakfast at famous Jewish-style Cantor's Deli in Fairfax. Okay, we had to do it. Although we don't have time to take the tour, at least we passed by one of the studios, Paramount Pictures, on Melrose Avenue, for the photo opportunity. Next, we revisit Beverly Hills and Rodeo Drive. This time we are not really interested in the shopping area. The residential part of Rodeo Drive is beautiful. Our point of interest this time is the Beverly Hills Hotel, famous for the picture on the Eagles album Hotel California. Yeah, this is it. If you want to see the shopping district in more detail, please refer to the video in the show notes. We were there a year ago. We decided to visit another well-known place, the Playboy Mansion.
That is our big car we have rented. Big boat.
As we can see, the tour comes here as well. Moving on, we also cruise the streets of Bel Air. Just great mansions with great landscaping, and we don't really know who lives there, so what's the point? Continuing in this theme, let's take a quick drive on Mount Olympus. Many celebrities, as well as Russian families, live here. Okay, time for one of our last ports of call, Hippie Town, Venice Beach. This is a unique place where one can feel a special microcosm of Southern California culture. Let's take a stroll around the boardwalk. Venice Beach is a separate world unto itself. I've never seen so many people carelessly having fun, being their free selves with little or no regard for the rest of the world. It feels like this town needs its own show, so we can document the nature of this place. On our next episode, we will explore Venice Beach a little more and its neighbor, the Santa Monica Pier. From here, we'll begin our journey on the Pacific Coast Highway. Until then, thank you so much for watching and enjoy the road. And if you have any comments or suggestions about the show or future destinations, please send me an email at robert@roadnomad.com or post a comment on the blog roadnomad.com or on the YouTube video. Also, follow me on Twitter @roadnomad or on Facebook facebook.com/roadnomad. See you on the road.